Okay, guys. Right now I'm over on Wall Street. Actually, just walking over to 28 Liberty, where today there's supposed to be an action outside Tish James's office, and right now I can hear the police doing their announcements. Most likely out of the roadway. Or it sounded like that, so. No, it wasn't. Okay. So. Matthew Felix. Good. Same. Yeah, they put these barricades up today, or last night after, the group that was in here yesterday.
We know what that's for.
Yeah.
They just passed the legal NYC legal.
Okay.
They passed and slow down and started watching us.
Well, yeah, I'm not surprised.
Yeah, me neither.
I mean, the last time they did this was in 2011, right before Occupy, because they knew what was going on, and this was supposed to be where it was, and they had it blocked for like 2 years. Yeah, because they were, until the community started complaining about why is it blocked, but they really didn't have to do anything.
Occupy Wall Street around that time, 2011.
Yeah. So it's, the stuff. It is what it is. And then last night there was a march in Brooklyn, and I guess there was maybe about 60, maybe 70, or about 60 people, but yeah, they almost immediately.
Wow.
I know, it's insane.
Yeah, I can imagine.
You doing okay?
Yeah, I'm hanging in. Been struggling with my father a lot. He's dealing with Parkinson's. So
Okay.
Past 60 years, close to 20 almost.
Wow.
And it's really advanced. He's not doing too good.
Okay.
So I take care of him from midnight. So he won't have to wake up my mother constantly.
Nice. That's good. I mean, I follow some of it on when you're posting on Instagram, and then others I'll like, oh, okay. Oh, this is good. Go ahead. Okay, guys. Yeah, just talking to old friends right now. Yeah, they did end up fencing it off, and I haven't seen this fenced off for, I think it's like 9 years now. I had mentioned to someone that it was because of Occupy or OWS, that they had it blocked off for like 2 years. And I had mentioned that yesterday.
I'm the brother of Daron Sloan. My brother was murdered July 4th, 2016. Today, we're here with other families from around the New York State area, not just New York City. We are here representing families from upper regions of New York, as well as Westchester, Long Island, and New York City individually. We're here today specifically to hold Attorney General Tish James accountable for her lack of communication with families who've been affected by police brutality. That's very simple to say, but it's not a simple feat to feel when we're family. It's very hard and distressful and disheartening when a family member cannot get a phone call returned from the Attorney General's office as it pertains to their individual cases, but have to sit in their living rooms on their couches and watch week after week as Attorney General brings on these lawsuits and these investigations against the likes of Donald Trump, against the likes of Governor Cuomo, against the likes of a bunch of things. But we cannot get her to give a family a call to give at least, at minimum, an update on where this case is. We're going to have a few speakers this evening, this afternoon rather, some family members that will speak as it pertains to them, but I think it's really important for our communities to know as a whole, New York State to know as a whole. If we're not holding these electeds that we put in office accountable, who is? Everyone raves about her creating this investigation into the death of funeral homes with COVID, not funeral homes, excuse me, of adult facilities during COVID. I think that's amendable, but at the same time, her job is to support these families. Her job is to prosecute officers who commit murders. I'm here standing with these families because my family once also had an Attorney General as the special prosecutor look into the murder of my brother's case. I stand here saying that the prior administration, my family raved about that prior administration. We had an open line of communication with that administration. We were very informed about what was taking place throughout that place as we got to a criminal trial. So as these other families join this club that we hate people coming into, but we're the ones telling these families, hey, trust the Attorney General's office. Reach out to them. They'll give you the information. And it's not happening. So the only way to hold them accountable is to come out here and tell them to their faces and knock on their doors and say enough is enough. That being said, I want to bring up a good brother, good comrade of mine, and to all these families to really kick this off and give us some background. My brother Kenneth Chamberlain Jr. from White Curtains.
Good afternoon. My name is Kenneth Chamberlain Jr. I am one of the co-founders of the Westchester Coalition for Police Reform. This coalition was founded in 2012 after the extrajudicial killing and summary execution of my father, Kenneth Chamberlain Sr. My father was a 68-year-old man in his home who inadvertently triggered his life aid pendant, and in doing so, the White Plains police officers responded to his home. They knew that he was responding to a medical emergency, but they took the door off his hinges, fired an electronic taser at him, beanbag shotgun 4 times, and then shooting him and killing him, alleging that he was a threat. At that time, the Westchester County District Attorney, Janet D. Fior, who is now the New York State Chief Judge, sits on the highest court in New York State, promised a full and fair investigation, but came back with no true bill. Needless to say that we went civilly. They originally found for the city. We filed an appeal with the Second Circuit Court of Appeals, and some of our claims were restored, so we're back in court. But I'm here today because of the no true bill in the decision or the killing of Daniel Prue. I have zero confidence in the New York State Attorney General. She has done absolutely nothing to show me that she even believes in the rule of law. She said that after an exhaustive and thorough investigation, they came back with no true bill. This is why the grand juries can no longer be secret. We have to know what was presented, what charges were put on the table. Because I don't believe that she put anything on the table that would cause them to come back with an indictment. Also, she's hiding behind the grand jury. We have to understand that she, as a New York State Attorney General, can actually charge by felony complaint and then take it to the grand jury. And more times than not, you'll get an indictment then because she did it by felony complaint. So, again, if she were to go after police officers who commit these egregious acts just as diligently as she's gone after former President of the United States, Donald Trump, then families that are impacted by police violence would respect her and everything that she's doing. But so far, she has not given us a reason to believe that she is for us or she is even about affecting positive change. So I just want to say, may there be justice for Kenneth Chamberlain Sr. and justice for all families that are impacted by police violence.
And you know, I also want to point out that today is a significant day. As we have other families that have come together to show the unified front, we also want to state today is also the anniversary, of the death of 19-year-old Matthew Felix at the time. Matthew Felix was murdered in Cambria Heights, Queens, by Nassau PD that were out of their jurisdiction. I don't care about the circumstances yet. Not yet. What I care about is the Attorney General speaking with the family of Matthew Felix so they can sleep at night. They'll never have a comfortable sleep, but they can at least rest their eyes knowing that somebody's prosecuting this, that somebody's looking into the egregious death of their child, of their family member, of their loved one. So February 25th is an important day for all of us families, as we're also out here uplifting Matthew Felix's legacy as well. The next speaker I want to bring up is another comrade. Those are folks who do know him. He's everywhere all the time. He supports every single family across the whole nation. And he's a warrior. I want to bring up Joshua. Hello.
Good afternoon. I'm Joshua Lopez, the nephew of John Collado. My uncle John Collado was murdered back in 2011 for breaking up a fight. And I'm out here standing in solidarity with the family of Matthew Felix and also to call out Tish James. If she cannot do her job properly and serve the people, she must resign and step down. Now, Tish James has the jurisdiction to executive. She has executive responsibility for law enforcement, prosecution, even responsibility for legal affairs. And Tish James has not done her job properly, and we're calling on her to step down. Thank you.
Thanks, Josh. That's not a man of a lot of words. He's about action. I know that firsthand. You know, another big deal today, again, like my brother Kenneth said earlier, you know, this lack of an indictment in Q was a blow for all of us. We know how outraged the Rochester community is as well with this lack of an indictment. But I'm sure we've all heard the term in passing through our work that any prosecutor can indict a ham sandwich. We've heard that term too many times. But folks who don't understand that, it kind of sounds far-fetched as well. But in the prosecutorial world, that's not far-fetched. Because if you wanted to get an indictment, you can. There could have also been an indictment in that case even without the grand jury. But the problem is we see too much deflection going on. Deflection meaning that this one person isn't taking the accountability amongst themselves with their own administration. So I also want to point out that we're here to just say the time's now to speak up, open up the doors, open up the lines of communication, reach out to family members. That's why we're here. We're not here for anything else. We want them to do their job. Their job is to prosecute. Their job is to investigate. Us families, we're standing here right now doing our job. Our job is to hold the people accountable for these acts. Holding the officers who murdered our loved ones accountable. Holding the prosecutors who claim that they care about us, that they understand our pain, accountable. But I'm here to tell you firsthand, they do not understand our pain. When I can't sleep at night and it's 2:30 in the morning and I'm sitting in my couch crying, I can't call the Attorney General to say what's going on. I'm going to call my brother Kenneth Chamberlain Jr. because he knows my pain. I'm going to call my sister Samantha Felix because she knows my pain. So we're doing our jobs right now. We need the Attorney General's office to do their job and investigate and prosecute officers while simultaneously staying in communication with family members. That being said, I want to bring up Matthew Felix's family so they can speak a few words as to how they've been feeling about this matter. Jolene Felix is
I'm Samantha Phillips, and I'm the older sister of Matthew Phillips. And I I'm here today because, as Victor said, today marks the 1-year anniversary of Matthew's death. Nassau PD crossed Queens jurisdiction without NYPD notification. They pursued my brother in unmarked vehicles for a few blocks. When he came to a stop, they shot him his car. My brother was unarmed and he was dead on the scene. And he was going to celebrate his 20th birthday the following week. Now, as Victor said, this is a year anniversary. That also is a year without answers, a year without having Matthew, a year without having any answers as to what happened. Now, at first, it seemed very promising. You know, the Attorney General's office assured us that they're going to be transparent, that they're here for us, they're here to work for us. But as the weeks went by, months went by, the contact dwindled and vanished, and then we just were given no answers. I would say we got more hope over the summer with the Daniel Brewer case. Tish James got on camera and said that the Attorney General's office would be moving more swifter, with more transparency in handling cases like this. That they would be more quicker to release footage of these murders. But when we called the Attorney General's office asking for more information, we got the answer that I'm pretty sure a lot of other families have gotten. We cannot disclose that information with you. It is an ongoing case. So what can they disclose? We know nothing. Matthew's gone. Now, once again, I am pleading with the Attorney General's office to give us some information. We want to know, why was Matthew murdered? We want the unedited footage that the NYPD dash cameras caught. We want to know the officers involved, their names. And lastly, we really just want transparency. We want the Attorney General's office to actually involve us in the investigation, to communicate with us, and not just throw our story aside as if Matthew did not matter. As if our loved ones did not matter. All I'm asking is for them to please cooperate with us. And please try to understand, to feel our pain.
I just want to say one thing. And this is to Governor Cuomo. How can you sign what you call the toughest legislative package as far as police reform goes in the nation, and we still have not seen any police officers held accountable in extrajudicial killings and summary executions of our loved ones? But I will tell the New York State Attorney General this. These people that you see out here right now, this is just a courtesy. This is a courtesy right now. Because wherever you go, we will go. And I assure you that if you do not reach out to these families, we will make it clear and we will push to have you voted out of office. Because again, you are not for all the people. You are for some of the people. And unfortunately, it's very sad that it had to take a death over 1,000 miles away from New York for a police reform package to be instituted here in New York State. And I just want to say that. Again, we have zero confidence in the New York State Attorney General.
You know, as we're coming to the closing of this courtesy call, I don't want to say rally, this is a courtesy call. This is a cry, not even for help, because we're not victims. We're not victims. We're family members that's been impacted by an egregious act. We're warriors together. We strengthen each other. So we're not here as a cry for help. We're here as a courtesy. Because like my brother Peter said, we will follow the Attorney General's office every place we can go. And the simple fact that she went out, like Samantha stated, that after the Daniel converter, that she will swiftly have to try or attempt to get video footages of our loved ones' murders out to the public. I haven't seen that done yet. We have not seen that done yet. And we're also asking the Attorney General and telling the Attorney General that we want to communicate with you. We want to. We want to have an open line of communication. But anytime you continue to not address the families directly, or we have to hear from the media, or we our couches and watch you bring up a new agenda every other day, that's a smack in the face. So if you take anything from today, other than this being a courtesy call, we're asking you now, reach out to these families, update them, and give them your underdivided attention. Like Samantha
No,
said,
he's
they want to be
he's okay.
I'm just trying to
We don't want to tell you how to do your job, but if you can't do your job the way you're supposed to, turn this camera
take
off.
pressure.
No, he
We
serious.
will make sure that you're not in next time.
No, for years.
We
he's
will
on the
make
streets
sure
and
that
all
you're not voted in
streets,
again.
so he's not on
So
any of
that's the
that.
word of advice. to
And
the Attorney
let's put it
General's
this way:
office. And we're
he
tired of
deals
playing
way
the
too
game.
much stuff to even
We're
be.
not saying when, we're saying now. We're not saying when, we're saying now. We're not saying when, we're saying now. We're not saying when, we're saying now. At this time, again, being that this is the anniversary of Matthew Felix, we do have some balloons of his honor that we would like to release in front of the Attorney General's office because they're just as responsible at this point as the officers who took his life. Thank you, God. We're going to get the balloons ready. Man, 1 second. Samantha would like to say something.
I take one for the two. Shut up. Stop doing it and come over and find out another brother.
19 years.
Wow. They got this shit. Good.
Don't worry, they gonna.
Tight. Word. They should not rep out here. Don't touch them.
I also want to add, you know, it is COVID. We understand that times are different. It's crazy for all of us. We're not allowing the Attorney General to continue to hide behind a pandemic for their lack of investigation or their lack of transparency. Because the city's still running, we're still working, we're still getting things done. A phone call, a Zoom call, anything electronically, you can reach out to these families that you're currently working for, not with, for. But we would like you to work with them at some point. So as we release these balloons, I ask that everyone here, this is for Matthew Felix, but think about your loved ones. Think about the folks that you're leaving in your home as you come out to support these families. Think about the folks that you drive by in your car or when you're getting off the train and you're seeing them stopped by law enforcement and you're not sure how it's going to, what's going to transpire. Think about those folks. Think about the folks who have sleepless nights because they've lost someone already. I can't get this thing. Anybody got a knife? Anybody got a knife? I'll do something. Or a taser. So, again, as I was saying, this is for Matthew Felix, but again, we're here for all New Yorkers, because guess what? I want y'all to see my face when I say this. The families that's here today, we can't get our loved ones back. Today's not going to get our loved ones back. Tomorrow's not going to help us get our loved ones back. But the real reason why we're here is so all of you and the folks who's watching don't have to stand up here with us. That's why we do this day in and day out. This is why we stand up with families and help give them that support and that courage. Because it's not easy. So again, as we're releasing these balloons, please, if you want to call out these names, if you want to call out your loved ones, and they don't have to be gone, call out somebody you love. Call out somebody that you don't want to have to put on a t-shirt or a sign. This is why we're asking for accountability. So at least somebody can believe that there's a way that we can get some kind of justice.
Say his name! Matthew Felix! Say his name!
Matthew Felix!
Say his name!
Matthew Felix!
Say his name!
Matthew Felix!
Say his name!
Matthew Felix!
Don't y'all forget it. Yes, sir.
Any other names, call them out. Call out all the names.
Say their names.
George Floyd!
George Floyd! Say his name!
George Floyd! Thank y'all for that. And again, shout out to all my families. I know I didn't say every name, but I understand that you guys understand. We passed out these balloons. Like I stated a couple minutes ago, think of your loved ones. Even the living. We're out here for that. Take a quick moment. And Samantha and Miss Felix are ready. We'll release the balloons. And let's make sure that we know, as these balloons are going up, anybody in this office, I don't care if it's closed or not, they need to see this. They need to understand what their job is. Release.
Say his name!
Matthew Felix!
Say his name! Matthew Felix! Say his name! Matthew Felix! Say his name! Matthew Felix!
I want to thank everybody for taking the time out of their day. Also risking your lives in the middle of COVID to be out here to support your family. And again, please, this is not a one-time action. I hope everybody understands that. This is not a one-time action. We will do everything in our power to get any family, every family, unified. Everything. Because we will continue to act with accountability. We will continue to speak with accountability. And I'm not letting up. We're tired of playing defense. It is now time to be on offense. So until the Attorney General's office proves to these families that they can be held accountable and they can be trusted, we will be out here as regularly as possible and anywhere else we need to be. We're tired of waiting. Not when, now.
Not when now.
Thank you guys. With that, we'll close out. Yeah, sorry. My brother was
I
saying.
just want one last message for Attorney General Tish James. You ran your entire career on transparency and accountability, and you have failed the people. We have not seen accountability. We have failed as New Yorkers and our families.
So if anybody has any questions for the family, we're going to close up now. Okay, thank you guys for coming out. Thank you for the folks that came and watched and shared. We appreciate it again. It's not really, really continue to do Thank you, everybody. Again, no way to shock everybody's name out. It's not the last time we will continue to do it.
It's not they're around. Okay. I wouldn't think of this as being the last time. I had taken a walk around about an hour and a half ago. So basically you have NYPD legal, liaison and stuff over there outside the Dwayne Reed on the steps. Actually on Nassau and the other street there's a couple of police cars. Right down here you do have the scooters, and I'm looking at 4, which means there's probably an additional 7 somewhere nearby. On William Street, at least 2, not to mention the regular unmarked cars. The barricades went up, And my feeling is if they do like they did with us in 2011, they're probably going to leave the barricades up for a long time, basically saying plaza closed for repair and maintenance, which is a lie. So my suggestion is if you live down in this area, which is CB1, have the community board call and complain about why the barricades are up there. If they were really concerned about maintenance and cleaning the snow and stuff, they would have already had it closed off. But they used that same excuse in 2011 to keep it closed up for 2 years. So, and they only took it down once people started complaining in the community board. So I would say people should complain. This is a pop, basically a public space for the public to use. So I'm gonna be out here for a while. Later at 5, I'm gonna end up down at the Staten Island Ferry terminal for the Rise and Resist action that's taking place. Other than that, yeah, I'm gonna be here and then checking on some other stuff, but if you see the screen changing as I'm changing right now, it's because I'm going to be testing on a couple of things that I've been trying to, because I'm trying to get used to using this other platform to stream with, which is better quality, less issues. So bear with me a moment. Yeah, like I said, I'm playing around with a couple of things just to see how it works. So ideally, some of the tools I can use to actually put up more information during the streams as needed. And if all of this works out perfect, when I'm streaming specifically on initial, I'll actually be able to put up stats, images, which will make it a lot better when people are looking for more information. And the logo that you're looking at right now just has to be resized, but I wanted to see how it looks on there and then see how it comes out on the stream itself. Right now what I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and take this stream down. If anything happens, of course I'll bring the stream back up, but I'm going to go ahead and take it down right now just because people are having conversations and I don't want to pick up anything. So thanks for tuning in. Solidarity forever. I'll be up if anything happens. Other than that, I'll be up at 5, as well as any stuff going on in between now and then. Oh, right.